Pretty much all the time. Take it away with it. Like we're is it okay if I put it right now for now? And then all right. Great to see you. We'll see you guys later, right? There you go. Later. Right. Make very great.
Oh yeah?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming tonight. We have a very packed crowd, and we're very grateful to have so many friends and supporters here. We're also very fortunate to have our Lieutenant Governor, Susan Beiswitz, who's going to kind of run the ceremony this evening and administer the oath to those folks who are getting sworn in. For family members of those people who are being sworn in, if you'd like to come up when your family member is being sworn in, you can stand with them by the flags, and that might make for some nice photos. But without any further ado, then I'd like to introduce our Lieutenant Governor, Susan Beiswitz.
Okay, thanks so much. It is such an honor to be here to celebrate public service and to swear in your elected officials. It's my great honor to be here and to say thank you to all of you for the great work that you're going to do for this wonderful community. This past week, we celebrated Veterans Day and recognized and said thank you to the people who have put their lives on the line so that we can have elections and determine our future through voting. And so I think it's very appropriate to start off this evening by recognizing and saying thank you to our United States military veterans. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have served in the United States military, if you could stand up if you're sitting, and if you're already standing, raise your hand so that we can recognize. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your service to our country. We are so very grateful. Also, I want to thank all of the candidates, whether you won or lost, for participating. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there and to run for office. So could we have a round of applause for everyone? I also want to say thank you to all of the people that we are about to swear in, with the exception of, I think, just one or two. Everyone who is going to be taking the oath of office really just volunteers a lot of time and sacrifices a lot just to do the right thing to make this community a better place. So we are grateful for all of the people that we're going to swear in today and their willingness to serve. And finally, I'd like to thank an extremely special and important group of people. And those are the spouses and the family members of those who are going to get sworn in, because they are truly the people who have provided encouragement, have been very generous with their time, and who are going to sacrifice so that this town can move forward. So if we could have the spouses and the family members of the people getting sworn in this evening stand up so that we can say thank you. And I'm just going to note for the record that probably they got a bigger applause. People who are about to be sworn in. And I'll also just volunteer that my husband does spousal counseling for public office. So I'll give you his cell phone for the future. Okay. I just want to say before we start the swearing in process and before we have a couple of words from some very important special guests, I want to say a couple of words about Jason Bauza, because he and I have been friends for years, and I think this community is blessed to have him serve, because he is somebody who's already spent 12 years serving this town in various roles, including on the Board of Finance and Board of Selectmen. So he comes with some very good institutional knowledge. And he's also a person who we know from state government. He's worked with the Department of Agriculture and our Agriculture Commissioner, and now he works for our probate court system. So he's someone who knows local, state, and federal government well, and I think that's going to help your town. And he is somebody who is so committed to making sure that he can do this job well, that even though he has a very lovely wife and a very beautiful son, that he spent time getting his master's in public administration. So he's going to bring professionalism, a very sound fiscal management, and a knowledge of government to this town. So I think that East Windsor is very, very lucky to have his leadership along with this amazing team of people who bring all kinds of different experiences, whether it's farming backgrounds, nonprofit experience, small business experience, private sector banking experience, you name it, this team's got it. So I think that East Windsor is going to move forward in a very positive direction because of the people who you have elected. And what brings them all together is they all love this town and want to do better for it. So with that, we have two special guests, and so
It's you.
in that case, I am so delighted to bring up my friend and predecessor who served our state well.
That's
as
me.
State and as our former Lieutenant Governor, Nancy Wyman.
More politicians to speak, but I want to say to all of you that are being sworn in tonight, thank you very, very much. It was the hardest job I ever had, being at the local level, because the levels I have been at afterwards, they only wanted to know what my troopers look like. But to all of you, really, that are here tonight, I thank you for being here, the families and everything else. The only one that really is not impressed is Eli. He's smiling, but it wasn't at you anyway. It was smiling to somebody that goes to the same hairdresser I go to. But truthfully, thank you. You realize politics is over tonight. And now it's time to take care of the town. Politics is gone. We've got to now work together to making sure that this town is recognized and is in good shape for our children, our grandchildren, and a lot of us seniors. Oh, sorry, I had to put that in there. But I thank you, Susan, thank you, Jason. I can't believe it. And I love you dearly. And it's just, I want to say that there's two people in the back audience here that I'm not going to mention their names. They might be of a different party than yours, but who have worked with you, and one's elected and one was serving with you. We're here because they believe that you can do that job of balancing, of making sure that it doesn't matter what party we are, but that we are one. We are Connecticut, we are East Windsor, and every other town. So I want to thank you all for being here. And
So one of my great pleasures in my day job, which is running the state senate, is working with a tremendous person, a busy guy, someone who's a physician in his private life and in his public life. He serves the state senate. Dr. Einweier, please.
Good evening, everyone. I wanted to just share with you that the love the people of East Windsor have for East Windsor is infectious. And the passion that everybody puts into the elections is something that none of the other towns have, which is so, it's very special. But it's very special. And you know, I look at it from the perspective that everybody's coming from the place of love and care. And when you see that, you cannot not help but fall in love with the town. And I am truly honored and privileged that I am one of the individuals who represents this town at the state level, and I want to thank each and every one of you who has given me the opportunity. But more importantly, I want to thank each and every one who has participated with the passion that at times is lacking in many other communities. And then you are a source of inspiration for me to tell people that, look, get involved, get engaged, and disagree and agree, and then do it and be a part of the process. And this is the exciting part about East Windsor. And then again, I'm a friend of Jason and many of the people who are elected. I'm a friend of the people who actually may not have won the election, but I want you to know that this community also comes together. And then today is the day I can foresee that this community coming together, because your passion, your love for East Windsor is something that is going to keep the East Windsor community move forward. The potential in East Windsor is beyond any other place. Your location is phenomenal, your access is beautiful, you have land, and you have people who are committed to it, and how you make the future is very much in your control. And that's the part that I think I look at my job and look at my towns, and I look at East Windsor and I smile, because I see the potential. And today this potential is going to move towards a reality by United East Windsor. I'm honored to be here. Thank you so much. I'm honored to witness this. Thank you.
Oh, and Representative Chris Davis, please come up and say a couple words.
Well, thank you for having me. I didn't know I was going to speak, but I'm here. My mother's getting sworn in, so I did come here as well to support Jason and the entire team that's getting sworn in here. I've had the privilege of working with Jason for several years now in his role in the Board of Selectmen, so I look forward to continuing to work with him in this new position, because I think there's a lot of improvements that can be made to East Windsor. I think Jason is able to do that. And move our town forward, and I look forward to working with him, the other members of the board, all of which are new members this time around. A couple of them have served in the past, but they're being welcomed back here. And I think our legislative delegation looks forward to working with each and every one of you here tonight, whether you be on the Board of Finance, Board of Education, Board of Selectmen, or any of the other boards that are getting sworn in to help move East Windsor forward. So congratulations, and thank you for having me here.
Absolutely. All right, so we're going to invite our special guests to come over here, and we're going to have them stand right here. And then we are going to start with the constables, and we are going to move up and invite each candidate and officer-elect to come up with their family. Okay, so we are going to start with Edward Philippone. Is Mr. Philippone here?
The weather is good down there.
Okay, Robert Like Jr. Okay. All right. So, if you would raise your right hand, please. And do we have any family members here? You're good. Okay.
They're in Vegas.
All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be, that you will faithfully discharge according to law your duties as constable to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. Kenneth Crouch. We have come right up.
The rest of our family are in Boston.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right.
There you go.
Wonderful. Okay. Can you raise your right hand, please? Okay. Here, we'll just do this. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge according to law your duties as constable to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations.
All right.
Good job. All right. So we are going to continue with Police Commission, and we have Mr. Philippone again. Rachel Stafford. Okay. All right. So, Rachel, do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a police commissioner to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. All right, Darren A. Long.
I don't believe there is here.
Okay. For Zoning Board of Appeals alternate, Bob Yosky. Wonderful. Welcome. All right, Bob. You could raise your right hand. Okay.
My other hand?
You got it. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as an alternate on the Zoning Board of Appeals to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. So now we're going to move to the Zoning Board of Appeals, the full members. Mystica Davis. Beautiful name. All right, thank you. Would you please raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals to the best of your ability, so help you God? Thomas Talamini. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Zoning Board of Appeals to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Raymond Noble? No? Nolan Davis? Okay, so we're going to move to Board of Assessment Appeals, Austin Holden. raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Assessment Appeals to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. All right, Board of Education, Randy Ritchie? Reiki. We got some, excellent, look at this.
Okay, wait.
No, we can do that for you.
Okay,
You
just
come
make
in
sure,
the picture.
yeah, we'll get you in the picture there too, so you can see it right. There you go.
This is mine.
You're right.
Yeah, show it.
Oh, come on. You want some of you? Here's one of yours, yeah. Oh.
All right.
We just started, here we go.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Education to the best of your ability, so help you God? Thank you.
Good to see you. All
Okay,
right.
Kathleen Bilodeau.
Thank you.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Education to the best of your ability, so help you God? I do. Congratulations. Bill Raber. There you go. Get right in there. Absolutely. Do you, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Education to the best of your abilities, so help you God? I will. Congratulations. Courtney Severino. Hi, congratulations. Thank you. Great. Thank you. All right. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Education to the best of your ability, so help you God? I do. Congratulations. Nice to see you.
Board of Ed. Keep going.
So for Board of Finance, Tom Lansner. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Finance to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. Geraldine Corso. Here he comes. Okay. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Finance to the best of your abilities, so help you God? I do. Congratulations. Barbara Patano. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Finance to the best of your ability, so help you God? I do. Bill Syme. Bill Syme.
Family and the other way. Hi, I'm Nancy. Hey.
Right. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Finance to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. All right, for Board of Selectmen, Charles Nordell. Oh my gosh, look
Oh,
at
that's
you.
wonderful. Oh, the whole family, there you go.
There you go.
Hi, what's your name? Healy, what's your name? Aubrey.
Oh, wonderful.
This is Mom.
Okay. All right, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Selectmen to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do. Alan Baker. All right. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Selectmen to the best of your ability, so help you God? I do.
Marie D'Souza.
Hey there. Hey, you go. All right. We got the whole family.
Oh my gosh, she's as tall as
No, you get the family. Oh, that's I wonder why we're all here tonight.
All right, okay. Marie, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as a member of the Board of Selectmen to the best of your abilities, so help you God? I do.
I can't do it.
All right, and Jason Bauza.
Sorry. That's my fault. I apologize. We had a recount, and then I forgot to add her name.
Sorry. Sarah Muska.
Okay, for family. Come on, family. There you go. Oh my goodness.
Wow, look at this. This is great. Okay. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. No, you have to get over here.
Everybody else. Let's see, no, let's see. I want to get everybody so that they're.
No, I want you to get over here.
No, excuse me. Can you put her over here so she can see? Yes, okay.
There you go.
Got it? Okay, you got it? All right. All right. Sarah, do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge according to law your duties as a member of the Board of Selectmen to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I will.
That's great. I love your hairstyle.
All right. Okay, so before we swear in Jason Bozza, did we forget anybody else? All right, next one. Come on up, Jay, Alex,
Oh my goodness, this guy is great. You know what, somebody should show on the other side of Jason. Right, so you can get everybody to take a picture.
Can you move in a little closer, please?
everybody good?
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, we got the cute baby and
Yeah.
and the first lady. Okay. All right. So would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear that you will faithfully discharge according to law your duties as first selectman to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Oh my
Can we get you? Yeah, Alex.
There you go.
You want me? No, you're
There we go. He wants you. This guy looks familiar. No, that's my brother.
Oh, yeah. All right. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor for the first time to introduce the first selectman for the beautiful town of East Windsor, Jason Bowser.
So I would be disingenuous if I didn't say that this was completely overwhelming. Not just the responsibility that the four other selectmen and I have just undertaken, but the show of support from the community to move East Windsor in a better direction. And I think that we could not ask for a better board to be serving with for the next 2 years. And I think that we have the real potential, as has been said by some of our guests, to do some really amazing things and move the town to a better place. And I cannot wait to get to work. I will work as hard as I can for the next 4 years, and I could not be happier to be surrounded by the people who, the voters of the town, have decided to sit with us for the next 2 years. Charlie, Sarah, Marie, and Alan all bring perspectives that I think will be invaluable to getting some really positive things accomplished. They all come from different perspectives, and I think that this group in particular, with the focus on what's best for the community, is going to really find that consensus and that middle ground as often as is possible. There will certainly be times where there are some disagreements, but I think that we'll be able to disagree and then move on to the next thing and work together in the best interest of the community, and I'm really excited about that. I could not be more grateful for the support that so many folks have placed in me, and I will do the very, very best that I can. We have some refreshments tonight. We have about 20 minutes, and then we're going to get to work. We have a selectmen's meeting at 7 o'clock. It's just for some housekeeping things, but it's some things that we're required to get to, and then over the coming days and weeks, I'm sure that each of us will be reaching out in our own ways to figure out where it is we're best to get started. But for the time being, let's just enjoy each other. Let's enjoy tonight. Help yourselves to some refreshments and take some photos with loved ones. Thank you all very much for being here, and we can't wait to get started.